Welcome to Ham Radio QRP. Today we're going to look at debouncing a Vibroplex bug. A Vibroplex bug contains a spring contact for the dit. As that spring oscillates, the two contacts barely touch one another as they form the dits, and they actually bounce off one another, creating relay chatter that needs to be dealt with. Here you can see on an oscilloscope in slow motion the dits forming contacts. Those multiple lines are bounces, and that causes chatter in the relay in your radio. The dit spring on my bug is fairly well damped, and you can see that in some cases there are over 3 strikes or 3 bounces as the dit closes. A time-honored solution is to place a non-polarized capacitor across the terminals of the bug. It absorbs the extra energy that's occurring during the bouncing and smooths out the contact. So now let's watch the oscilloscope after the non-polarized capacitor has been placed across the terminals. You can see there's no multiple bounces occurring as the switch closes. In fact, the capacitor is absorbing that energy. You can see at the very beginning of the contact there's a very slight bounce at the bottom. You can't hear that in relay chatter at all. One thing you will notice is the slow rise as the switch releases. Basically, as the dit contacts pull apart, the capacitor has to drain, and in this case, running at about 22 words a minute, it's taking 2 to 3 milliseconds to drain, which should be perfectly acceptable. So there you have it, a simple solution. If you're hearing relay chatter in your radio with your bug connected to it, it probably needs to be debounced. Try a non-polarized capacitor. You will need to check the voltage ratings if you're running it into a tube radio that potentially has high voltage on the key circuit. So be careful there. But for modern radios, you should be good to go.